Hello, it's Thursday, stupid question day. You're live with Lorielle New. Every Thursday is a regular feature of Live with Lorielle New called Stupid Question Day, where I put on the genius cap right here, which allows me to answer any question about any topic in the entire universe with absolute accuracy. Guaranteed. So, hello. Oops, hang on. What are you doing? What are you doing? Hang on 1 second. So, people outside walking around things. Okay. Hello. Sorry about that. So it's stupid question day. Hello. Okay, full view of that. Woohoo! So thank you for checking in. I am live on YouTube and Google Hangouts. Oh, you can see me. The hell? So, woohoo! So thank you for checking in. Let me say hello to everybody. Hello, Star and Shocker and Sturgis Guy and Teasus and House of Dave and Sam and St. Clinton and Eric and Petey and Tim and Ryan and Photo and Philip and Mark Mean and Starvaven and Angie Jonas and Fairies Lover and Lucky Girl and Azure Yusuf and the Cram and Marcel and Jim Dandy and Joe Barney and Inland QOV and Bill Knaus and Scott Kimmis and Allura Star and Sam and St. Clinton and Fairies Lover and Lucky Girl and let me make sure I didn't miss anyone. David Jones. I don't know how. Let me make sure I got everyone. Wing Doggy. Woohoo! So, what the hell? They're like doing like a photo shoot, like right outside of my window. I don't know. They're like in the alley doing a photo shoot for, I don't know, headshots or whatever. Do your headshot somewhere else. Get out of my yard. Get out of my yard. David Jones says, it is just a click to remove. Just? Wait, how? So it's Stupid Question Day. It's Stupid Question Day. So, so who has a question for the genius? Guaranteed accuracy here. It's weirding me out when there's people like right outside my window. So woohoo! How's everybody's day going today? I've been running around. It's another beautiful sunny day here in Los Angeles, and I have the genius cap on, which allows me to answer any question about any topic in the entire universe. Guaranteed accurate. Like, what the hell? Well, right now, it's actually covered up on my screen, Marcel, David Jones. It's covered up on my screen, and I don't want to do anything that's going to... I don't want to do anything that's going to mess it up See in my archives. Hi, Jesus. So, woohoo. So, yeah, so it's Throwback Thursday. Oops. Throwback Thursday. I was just looking at. Who's right there? Go away. Go away, people. Go away. They can't hear me. Marcel says they're all coming here to see my stupid hat. It's a stupid question day! Woohoo! Throwback Thursday. I was just looking at pictures, old pictures. I'm looking through my picture archives. I think I'm gonna put up an old picture. I'm gonna tweet something after this. But all right, who's got a question for the genius? I just saw an article. I just read an article that they think they may have found Earth 2.0. Billion, I don't know, like a billion miles away. They found a planet that maybe, of course, nobody's been there, so we don't know this for sure. This is just a guesstimate. Could be a very costly guesstimate if they're wrong. But there's a planet that looks like it could potentially be Earth 2.2 for when we destroy this one. Oh, David Jones says if you open Manicam and click the text tab, and well, see, I don't have Manicam open right now, and I don't want to open anything. Click the text tab and uncheck Show Manicam Logo. I'll have to do that afterwards. I'm afraid if I do that now, I will disrupt the show or overload my computer's capabilities. Oh, first question. David Jones says, where's Amelia Earhart? Where she's actually dead, first of all. Let me just clear that up. She is dead. And they do believe that they found her on an island. They found her plane and her body on a deserted island many years ago. Marcel says it's actually the 8th time that they found a look-alike potential Earth 2.0 planet. Okay. So, and Linda says, Sharknado was awesome. Oh, good. Tisa says, who was the first person to look at a cow and says, hey, I think I'll squeeze those dangling things here and drink whatever comes out? Well, actually, they didn't really think that because they could see baby cows already doing that. They could see baby humans already doing that. It wasn't that hard to put 1 + 1 together to make milk. David Jones says, I thought Amelia Earhart was captured as a Japanese prisoner of war. No. They found her plane and they believe a skeleton. I think it was maybe about 5 years ago I read something on a deserted island. They believe that they found where she went down, crash landed on an island. Marcel says, that's not true. Amelia Earhart was abducted by aliens. That's right, and she's not even dead yet. Tisa says, why is it when someone tells you there's billions of stars in the universe, you believe them, but if they tell you there's wet paint, you have to touch it? Well, I'm not sure who you're referring to when you ask that question, Tisa, because I always believe the wet paint sign. I think that's probably people who are wondering if the paint has dried, because wet paint is a temporary condition. They're thinking maybe the sign's old. Maybe it's already dried by now. And Sam says he's on the phone. I hope you're feeling better. Oh, Sam and Phil, I hope you're both feeling better. I hope the new doctor's doing good. Sam? They're going to show it again, Laura? Marcel says, why does my house look like... Marcel says, what does my house look like now with Broomhilda on the run? Your house is a mess, Marcel. Sorry, I didn't want to have to say it, but your house is a mess. Time to clean it up. A little elbow grease in there. You ever heard about throwing anything away? Let me just come out. Let me just come out and say it, Marcel. You're a pack rat. You're a pack rat. Throw it away. You don't need to save all that. You're never going to use it again. Marcel says, no, I'm not a pack rat. I'm just a pig. Marcel is right now, as we're talking, he's sitting amongst old pizza boxes and empty cups and soda cans and yogurt cans and cookie wrappers and empty bags of chips. Are they outside of my window? You're freaking me out. Are they outside of my window? Marcel says no, the pizza boxes, he's gotten the pile tall enough with pizza boxes that it's now actually a little coffee table. Little pizza box coffee table. Linda says, did you know that they made Sharknado 3 in 18 hours? That's probably 3 days. 3 days of shooting? Well, Linda, I know that my director from Pit and Pendulum is able to do that. Pit and the Pendulum was made in 4 days. And he's done films, shot films, entire films in 2 to 3 days. Linda says the producer was on Kevin and Bean today. Yeah, that's what you got to do. If you want to make a film, if you want to make money in Hollywood now, you've got to make a film for like no money. Really super fast. The faster you make it, the cheaper it'll be. David Jones says, oh, David Jones. Thank you so much, David Jones says, Pit the Pendulum is way better than Sharknado. Them's fighting words. Sam says, it's all downhill now. Sam's riding bikes. Sam's riding bikes. It's all downhill. Linda, oh, thank you. Linda, stab in the back from Linda. Linda says, I think they're even. Linda's not even going to pretend that Pin the Pendulum is better than Sharknado. Linda's going to grudgingly say, politically say, I think they're even. She really means she likes Sharknado better. I know what you're saying, Linda. She's like, I like them both, but Pit and the Pendulum is not on Sci-Fi Network. Actually, I think Pit and the Pendulum has been like locked in some dungeon, some legal dungeon. I think I mentioned to you guys that the production company had been locked in some legal troubles. They'd been locked in a lawsuit, and and the lawsuit is still going on. And as a result, you know, when there's a lawsuit, they freeze things. They freeze assets. As far as when there's a film production company, when they say freeze assets, that means they freeze the film libraries, which means not just Pit and the Pendulum, but all of the films. Let's say there's 100. I don't know. I'm just making up that number, but whatever amount of films are in that particular library of ownership that's being contested or is somehow connected to the lawsuit, that's frozen. No movement. Cannot be touched, sold, shown, moved, because it's part of those assets that are involved with the lawsuit. So therefore, Pit and the Pendulum has been held hostage. I know! Hostage. I think there may be, like, I think the only copies that were online were, like, bootleg copies. Because it was out for a while, and then last I heard, Linda says it's on Netflix. Is it really? Are you sure? Because last I was on Netflix, but I don't know if it still currently is. I'm not sure what the actual status is. Marcel says I saw it on Place P2P. Oh, P2P torrents. Is that a like a boot pirating site? Pay to play? Or a sharing site? Did they go? Did they go? Okay, yeah. Good. There were like people right outside of my window. I could hear them talking. I could hear them talking about, like, some guy taking pictures. Oh, peer-to-peer. David Jones says the title was on Netflix, but it wasn't the one that I'm in. Oh, yes, there are probably many versions of the Pit and the Pendulum, being as that it's Edgar Allan Poe, and it is public domain, meaning that I think after like a lot of things after like 100 years or so, even things that have copyrights after like 100 years, they then become public domain, meaning it's completely open. Anyone can do anything with the story. For instance, Shakespeare. Shakespeare is public domain because it's like Shakespeare's like 500 years old. So I think a lot of the Edgar Allan Poe stuff and a lot of so therefore a lot of people, a lot of independent producers, filmmakers try to make stuff make stuff that is in the public domain, because therefore you don't have to pay for the rights for it. So if you're working on a budget, that's going to save you money. I think it has to be 100 years old, doesn't it? Isn't it 100 years? Mickey Mouse is 50. Linda says the only film that I'm in. Oh, that's funny. Linda says the only film that I'm in that's on Netflix right now is Sex Sells. I just saw Priscilla Barnes, who starred in that, who was brilliant in that and very, very funny. I just saw her on the 4th of July. We were at our friend's, one of our producer friends' house, and she was there too for the barbecue. In fact, we were there, the producers, we were at our friend's house for a barbecue, and they have, not Sharknado, but they have a film called, I think their film was called like Sharktopolis. And Sharktopus. We're at our friend, one of our friends said that shark, and then there was another one. There was like they had a couple films that were like crazy like that too that were coming out. But but it was very nice. I hadn't seen Priscilla. She used to know me. We did that film like 10 years ago. And I bumped into her for like several times, like for a few years after that, and she's like, "Oh, Lorielle." Now I saw her. She doesn't know. She doesn't remember the movie barely. She doesn't remember me. She's like, I was like, ooh. She's starting to forget a lot of things. David Jones says, I think Mickey Mouse is 87. She was forgetting a lot of things. She seemed to be in a forgetful place. But she made a wonderful barbecue pork for the barbecue, or pulled pork. Oh, Linda. Oh, good for you. David says, wasn't Priscilla Barnes on Dallas? I'm not sure. She's done a lot of stuff. And she was on, I believe she was on Three's Company as one of the last. I remember when, who was the character? The ditzy one left. And then it was Cheryl Ladd. Suzanne Summers left, and then it was Cheryl Ladd, and then I think after that it was Priscilla Barnes. I think that's how it went. I don't know, it was a really long time ago. But I believe that's what she told me when we worked together. I think if I'm remembering that correctly. You guys might know better than I do. So I think that's where she got her like big, her big, start. So she's really funny, and I was surprised that the director of Sex Sells didn't make more movies, because I thought he did a great job. I thought it was a really funny movie, and I was expecting great things from him, but I guess didn't work out. All right, no, what? David Jones, Dallas, wasn't that Pamela Sue Martin? I don't know. Or maybe both. Maybe both. I don't know. Those aren't really shows that I really know. They're more shows that I've read about as opposed to actually watching. So that's like ancient history, TV ancient history. Oh, Marcel says a genius would know. That's right, I know! And I worked with Priscilla Barnes and Tracy Scoggins, who was also, both of them did a lot of like the 80s TV. Tracy Scoggins was in Dynasty, I think, or Hotel, one of those shows, or maybe both. Ah! Kurt. Oh no. Well, you take that phone call, Sam. Message from the. So, all right. We didn't have a lot of questions today for Stupid Question Day. This is more like Stupid Rambling Day and Stupid People Outside My Window Day. I don't feel like I gave you any genius answers. Tomorrow is Funny Friday. Marcel says I did okay. Yes, please validate me, Marcel. Tomorrow's Funny Friday, and we're gonna try and be very funny tomorrow. So I'm just about to sign off, but I want to thank you guys for coming to see me because you're awesome. Oh, and tomorrow I'm supposed to get a new alternator. My car guy called. $185 new alternator, including installation. Is that good? Oh, it's making a bad noise. David Jones. So yeah, so I'll let you. That's probably after the show tomorrow because he said he's going to come by here. He's going to do it right here at my house after work. So, all right. So I am just about to sign off. Oh, sorry about that, Sam. Well, I'm glad you had a chance. Best and only friend. You need more friends. We're your friend. All right, so I'm just about to sign off, but I will be back tomorrow for Funny Friday. Let me. Marcel says, where can we place bets to see how long the car is going to work after tomorrow? Yeah, I know. I know. I need a new car, don't I? All right, so 185, Sam. 185. I'm just about to sign off. So, let me say goodbye to everybody. Laura Star and Shocker and Sturgis Guy and Tesis and House of Dave and Sam and St. Clinton and Eric and Petey and Tim and Ryan and Photo and Philip and Mark Mean and Star Raven and Angie Jonas and Fairies Lover and Lucky Girl and Azure Yusuf and the Cram and Marcel and Jim Dandy and Tesis and Wing Doggy and Fairies Lover and Lucky Girl and Sam and St. Clinton and Philip and Bill Knaus and Scott Kimmis. Let me make sure I got everybody. And Laura Star. And N1QOV and Joe Barney. Thank you for Tesis. Thank you for checking in. So I am just about to sign off. I will be back tomorrow for Funny Friday where we share jokes to put everybody in a good mood for the weekend. So I hope you feel better. David Jones says Priscilla Barnes was not on Dallas. I didn't think so. That it was just Three's Company and then a whole bunch of other shows. All right, kisses for everybody. I love you. I love you all. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye.